Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our stream. Oh my god! We're here. We're finally doing it. We are here with Humblewood. This has been a long time in the making. Mostly because I'm fucking lazy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's fine. That's fine.
So before we kind of get into the storytelling, I'm gonna let everyone go around and kind of give us a little bit of an introduction. So let's start with our new player, Soft.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Good intro. Moving on.
What more do you want me to say?
Your name, and your character.
You didn't exactly give me like a script of what
Oh,
to say.
hello.
Okay, well, my name's Soft, or you can call me Soft. That's fine. And I'll be playing B.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fun, and I see that B is a raptor paladin. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Alrighty, well, we're going to move it on over to our favorite Derek. Derek.
Oh, your favorite, Derek? Well,
Yeah, I
okay.
guess so.
The favorite one that's here today. Yeah.
Yeah.
My name's Derek, and I play Esmond. He is a raccoon person, cleric of the community domain. He is a loving father and a loving member of the community who has recently sent his wife and kids away
A
to
packing.
deal with other things for their safety. Oliver, someone?
Yeah, I can go next. I'm Oliver. Also on our Monday night games. I get another night finally. Um, this time I will be playing Hart, the pronghorn servant, which is basically a big deer with big antlers. I will be playing a barbarian, the Path of the Beast, I believe it is. I'm gonna be the big boy. I'm standing at 6.5 feet tall, and I am a bandit killer.
Oh my god, you're
Um,
taking Droomstick's place.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I even got the charge attack with my antlers, so I'm basically a Droomstick. Hopefully not as goofy, but we'll see what happens.
Fair, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
So that leaves Katie, I believe, is our last person here tonight.
Hi, I'm Katie. I am playing a Jerbean, which is a mouse person, and I'm an artificer.
Ooh, fun. And unfortunately, we are missing one person. Kevin would be joining us, but unfortunately, he is outside at his mailbox, standing in wait for his computer parts, because his computer is not working. But other than that, I am Nick. I'm in multiple games, and I'm back to DM. Very excited. Like Kevin, I do not control where the players decide where they want to go. I just kind of set the stage and they do whatever the hell they want. So, let's get right into it. Everyone, welcome to Humblewood. So our story begins with all of you. But we must do a little bit of time traveling first to kind of fully understand what we're doing. So a few centuries ago, the wood was rocked by a treacherous event. Uh, and I should start by saying that Humblewood, the entirety mostly, is peaceful, beautiful, just vibrant woods, thriving animal folk and bird folk, with the usual crimes here and there, but nothing too crazy. But centuries ago, kitty, uh, I get distracted by cats. The wood was the wood was rocked by a treacherous event. In the north existed this beautiful, vast plain, a peaceful and charming, whimsical place too. But it was ravaged by a very destructive fire, changing not only changing the landscape into a hellscape, and gaining the name the Scorched Grove. Ooh. This hellscape did not only just contain scorched plants and scorched earth, no, it birthed a whole new evil. Beasts and creatures that somehow lived in these inhospitable lands. Uh, and honestly, they're just evil, to say the least. This evil has leaked out and tried to take hold of the land in the past. However, the various Humblewoodians band together, forming temporary pacts to fight back these forces and keep them contained within the grove. It worked, or so most thought. This is where the story turns to you, the party. You fought in the war for peace, but you were on the outskirts, fighting back minor threats to help the cleanup efforts. Uh, as the war ended, so did these treaties and alliances. Parties broke up, everyone went back to their lives, and so did all of you. And we now find ourselves in Meadowfen, where both... Sorry, I just need to pull up your character names. We're both Clove and Esmond, as well as Durf, reside. Now, we're going to start with not Durf. I almost... because Durf is not here. We're going to start with Esmond. Now, you had sent away your family to be safer during the times of war, and you kept them there, but you decided that you wanted to basically leave Meadowfen and join them in where they're currently residing, just to escape this place. There's nothing really else here for you. And you're in the middle of packing, and you probably have a couple more days to go when you get a knock at the door.
My door is always open, so come on in.
Oh, all right. And in steps this beautiful looking hen, who just absolutely gorgeous, but they're the mail carrier, Woodruff. And they are basically just here to give you a letter, it seems. Sorry, I needed to give you this letter. What's your name again? Oh, yes, sorry, Esmond. Here, let me grab it real quick. And he reaches into their pouch and basically pulls it out. Here, this is from the elder. What's his name? Ardwin. Ardwin, yes.
And it's just a single letter, not a whole bunch of letters together to make words.
Uh, he he looks at he,
That's just come.
he looks at you with an eye raise and doesn't say anything to that effect. But he does follow you.
Yeah, so you okay? Come here. Thank you. Before you go, I think there's some tea over there, and I'm sure there's a couple of rolls and some stuff. Take some food and go. Have a good day.
Thank you. I'm quite parched. Long deliveries, you know. And he walks right over, takes some tea. Oh, what kind of tea is this? It's a slight tad bitter.
Oh, it's just been there for a little bit of time. Yesterday maybe, or 2 days ago.
He stops.
I don't remember.
They stop drinking, and they put the cup down gently, and they take a couple rolls. Well, enjoy your letter, and then waltzes right out the door.
Those are fresh from last week too. You're good.
You hear violent puking out in the street. Just absolutely violent. Now, you have in your hand this... It looks like a very elegant-looking letter from the outside. It's got the seal on the back, and you can tell that it's from one of the village elders. And from what you understand is that Ardwin is the main elder of the village, and he's in charge of most of the decisions that happen to the village. And we're going to cut from you real quick, and we're going to go over to Clove. Now, Clove, what would you be doing in this situation? We're starting off fresh. We're starting off with you. We don't know much about your backstory, but I'd like to see where you would be in this time of post-war, just kind of not recent post-war, but maybe a couple years, if not maybe 5 post-war. Oh, you back?
Me?
Yes, sorry. I was wondering what would Clove be doing now, 5 years post-war, in their hometown. We're cutting over to basically just set the scene for you. What would you like to be doing?
Oh. Probably like someplace with like a canvas painting some like scenery somewhere, just kind of chilling.
Okay. Are you outside or are you in your home?
Outside.
Outside? Okay, excellent. So you're just going away painting a beautiful scenery, and you chose to do just this backdrop of the west side of the forest. You're just so perplexed by the way that the trees meet the ground and the sky that you just wanted to capture that in a essence of canvas. Uh, and I'd like to have you do a what's it called? Sorry, what is that roll again? Perception. Thank you. Wow. Hi guys, I'm tired. Fuck. Doing great right now.
I'm tired, I'm soft.
You got to start somewhere.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't have my sheet up.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, so that's a 12.
Alrighty. So you hear some slight footsteps, but you don't actually hear them until they're right up on you. And you quickly turn around and you see Gertrude. Another. They're basically the. Let's just say the post office is run by hens in this beautiful village. But Gertrude, more the clumsy ones, which you're surprised you didn't hear them sooner. Oh yes, hello, Clove, is it? Yes. I have this letter for you. It's urgent. I tried going to your home, but you were not there, and I figured, well, they're off painting somewhere. So, would you like it? Of course you would. It's mail for you. Uh,
Thank you.
yes. Okay, no
I'll take
worries.
that.
And they reach into the pouch hardly. No, this is Brandis. No, Trevor. No. Clove. Here you go. And hands over this elegant-looking letter with a seal of the village elders. And now we cut to both of you. With these letters in your hands, would you like to open them?
Yeah.
And how about you, Sir Esmond?
Oh, of course. Well, I will most likely sit back in the chair, prop my legs up, adjust my shirt, pull out the letter, pull out a cup of tea, and read it.
Excellent. I love it. The letter starts and is from Ardwin. Dear Clove, dear Esmond, unfortunately, we need your services yet again. I have more information. Please come to my home in the center. Urgent. And that is it. Signed Ardwin, with a little squiggly mark at the very end. So how will you take this letter? Will you address it urgently? Or will you ignore?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume, at least on my end, it's not very often that I'm getting a letter from him anyway, right? This is a rare occasion.
You know that you don't actually get letters too often, anyways,
Yeah.
and to receive this one is quite a rarity and quite a treat. You know that the elders of the village do not reach out to specific individuals very often. They're very to themselves, and the only time that they go public is when they come out with new laws, new rules, or orders which need to be put in place. Excuse me, for public safety.
Well, I'll be sure to. I will. Although there's other stuff I'm still packing up, I will generally gather my dusty adventuring gear that's been off in the corner for a while. Kind of slap that on my back because I don't know. It seems like this is those kind of things where they're going to say this got to be done right away, and so we'll deal with it. I'll put it on and head out that way, and that's what I'll do.
Excellent. And Clove, who's being bombarded by Cat.
She just does what she wants. She's very much a cat. I'll kind of get to a decent spot in my painting where I feel like I can stop, and then pack it up and head for the elder then.
Excellent. So both you and Esmond reach the Elder's home in the center, pretty much at the same time. And you both look at each other and immediately know, oh, hey, I know you. We used to fight together. Good old times. Not really, but we're here again. And you hear behind you somewhat of a clunky walk, somewhat loud, somewhat obnoxious. And you turn around and you're met with another familiar face. Why, it's Durf. You greet him, and he just nods. Then you hear the door open without even knocking. It's almost as if they were expecting you and just hiding behind the door like a creep. Oh, yes, hello. You are the three that I sent for. Please, come in. This is urgent. And he walks you into his home, his elegant yet birdly home, his birdly estate. Please, come into the drawing room. We need to speak of something urgent. Please make yourself comfortable.
I didn't know you had a room that could draw.
Ardwin looks at you and shakes his head. He's like, okay. Right. Back to. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm old. I'm senile. That's why they call me an elder. Give me respect, boy. Well, unfortunately, troubles have hit our land once again. You've probably noticed the lack of rainfall and the lack of trade which has been happening in the past few weeks. No?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little concerning. Yes, of course.
Well, we might have a few answers as to why that is happening. You all remember the Scorched Grove, yes? And
Yeah.
yes, it was a treacherous time. Well, unfortunately, I might need your help again. It seems that we have gotten word that the Scorch is starting to reach again, and it's traveling south. Unfortunately, our village is right in the way, and we've gotten word that it has already taken out a few villages in the north. It is moving slowly, But even though it is slow, it is very destructive. And he turns his attention and says, "Now follow me. There's someone you must meet, or she can give a few more details before I send you off on your way." And he leads you all to a secondary parlor where a beautiful looking bird is just laying on a couch covered in bandages and being tended to by a couple of his servants. "This is Kara Stormsinger. She, as you know, she is one of our trusted, well, surveyors. And she was seeing why we were not getting our supplies and why nothing was arriving in town. And she discovered, well, and then she erupts, 'Bandits! Oh, bandits! They're, oh, yeah.' And she kind of fades off. 'Yes, bandits, unfortunately. And they're to the east, unfortunately, which is where our main trade comes in, and we can't do anything about it because we don't have any, well, security forces. Our town is under siege by two threats: bandits and the Scorched. One of which is more pertinent right now, but the other, which you have faced in the past, may be something you may have to face again in the near future.'
Were you injured in your, your rush from these bandits? You seem very exhausted. Have your wounds been taken and attended to?
Kara kind of lifts up a little bit and exposes a bit of the wing where you can see bandages being hidden underneath the feathers. They almost killed me.
Well, those don't look put on right. Let me take a look at them. And I'll just like plow across the room, and just quickly grab the wing and like checking them out.
Ah! Kara screams in pain as you lift her wing.
I
No,
just have
God!
it needs to be
Jesus
done.
Christ! What the fuck?
Don't worry, it'll be fast.
Ardwin and his servants look on in horror as you as you basically rummage around trying to reattach these bandages, which you thought were put on incorrectly, but in essence were covering some burn marks and wounds.
He goes, "Oh, I have the perfect solution for this," and I will
No,
reach in
no, please,
my
do not.
pocket and pull out a couple of good berries. As well as I pull the, as I reach in the pocket, I will cast good berry and pull out some good berries.
Oh God, someone Are those good berries?
I know what I'm doing. I just had to make sure. It did look like someone sloppy manners dress your wounds. So here.
You do not touch me until I've had a good berry, and I
And,
cannot feel any more pain in which you are inflicting upon me.
I will put out my paw, and there will be there are 10 of the good berries. I will not stop her from taking as many of them as she wants.
Kara literally takes all of them and shoves them in her mouth, and then immediately falls asleep. She's out like a light.
Okay. And then I will do like a medicine check and make sure those wounds are indeed properly being treated.
Okay, yep. Can you make that roll for me?
Yep. That would be a 14.
Okay. So you can tell that the wounds are being treated as they should be. You do notice that there are some loose bandages that might have became loose just from, I'd say, the struggle between you and Kara, mostly due to stress. But you tighten it up to basically make sure that they're working as effectively as they possibly can.
Like, well, why wasn't I told earlier? Like, this is what I do. You guys should know this. I help people, and she was in need of help, obviously.
Ardwin just looks at you. We know this, but we didn't expect. First of all, I did not expect you to all of a sudden just go over and assault her.
My good sir, I did not assault her. And if you continue on that line right now, you and I will have to have a discussion about what assault really is.
He just kind of shakes his feathers. Oh, okay. Well, if we're done.
Oh yeah, we're done. She seems to be okay now. You would have had her die on your couch. How do you feel about that?
He ignores that completely and just continues on saying, I need your help. Please. The town needs your help. We need your help to get rid of these bandits. They are causing chaos and they're starving our people. They're taking our well-needed supplies. God, we even had a shipment that was supposed to come here 2 weeks ago and it still hasn't shown up. God only knows what has happened to it and what has happened to our tradesmen. But, and then he looks around suddenly. Wait. 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 of you. We're missing a person. You had 4 people in your party last time, didn't you? Ah, yes.
That's a little hard to remember.
The very distinctive bee. Oh, what a raptor. What a paladin. That's who we're missing. Now, bee does not live inside the city. They live outside in the countryside. Somewhat in the forest, but along the same route. On your way to these bandits, I would like you to try and reunite. Or possibly find them at all. I have no idea where they went or if they died suddenly. I personally don't know. I'm just the elder. I never leave my fucking house. But please, can you do that for us? Clove, Esmond, please.
What do you think, Clove? We should do this, right? Maybe?
Yeah, I guess. I've been pretty bored, I guess.
Oh, thank you. Oh my god, thank you.
I'm just a little concerned if I leave, look at the state of this person. How many other people are going to be in?
They are fine. Do not
condition.
touch. Do not. I will make sure.
Right.
I will make sure that our clergy takes good care of them. That you do not have to worry.
Okay. Fine. Yes. If Clove's in, I'm in. And Durf, well, are you coming along?
Durf silently just looks at you, and then walks close up, and nods their head. Well, it's settled. Thank God. Thank the gods. Now please get out of my house. And go find your party member. And do not return until you find them and have taken care of the bandit menace.
As I leave, I'll mumble something about gratitude under my breath, only loud enough that it can be heard clearly.
What was that?
What? Nothing. Nothing. I think there's a little bit of a breeze coming through. Is one of your windows in the back open?
Just go. Please. They'll fucking shit. So you take leave. You take leave of the house, and you continue on the path towards the east. And for a time, there's nothing. It's silence with the exception of just the birds tweeting, the wind blowing, the trees rustling from the wind. It's peaceful almost. And then you hit a part of the woods which seems to get a little bit more darker, and not just in terms of light, but you start to notice that it seems that there's less path and more moss, and less bigger trees and more of like a swampish kind of feel. And as you keep walking, you see this house, this little hut, little far back on the left-hand side of the trail. And this is where we go to Heart. Heart, you are perplexed. You are just intrigued of what had just happened here. You were inside this hut that looks like it was just ransacked by bandits. You are trying to find out what had happened. And then you hear footsteps coming up behind you. What would you like to do?
Sound like several sets of footsteps or just one person?
I would imagine, Clove, you don't really walk that heavily, right? I walk heavily enough for two of us. So
I'd like you to make a perception, because I'd like to see if you can differentiate between the little or the boom 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 that basically.
Okay. That is
I
going
can
to be...
tell
Hey, that's an
you when
18.
17. You hear 3 sets of footsteps, all differing in rhythm and loudness.
Okay. 3 people doesn't scare me. We're gonna need a little bit more than that. I'm gonna wait until it sounds like they're getting close to the dwelling here, under the assumption that they are either the bandits coming back or they're not going to be a threat. So I'm going to wait until it sounds like they're close, and then I'm just going to step out of the doorway. I don't know if this is like if it's got a door or what
The
kind of
door
door is.
the door is ajar. But the inside of the hut is dark enough. There are no lights lit, and you're in a part of the wood where natural sunlight for some reason does not reach in as it should. So if you were looking into it from the outside, you would not see anything until you were right up on the doorway.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to wait till they're close, and then I'm gonna step out of the door. I probably got to duck my head a little bit because I'm way taller than everyone, and I got my huge antlers. So I'm gonna duck out and just stand in the doorway and cross my arms and survey who's coming. Do they look particularly like bandits or not? Or how identifiable are bandits in this area?
They are, as what you've been told, easily identifiable, uh, because they seem to be wearing matching outfits. However, it's hard to really tell because their matching outfits are common clothes.
Okay.
And
Um.
yes, yep.
So I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna stand here with my arms folded and just look sternly at them. I'm gonna say, "Are you responsible for this?"
And party of 3, you come up to this hut with the door open, wondering why, and you hear this voice that does not sound familiar at all. You stop dead in your tracks. Do you respond?
um responsible for what?
The ransacking of this dwelling.
No, is this your house?
This is not my house. I came upon it while traveling. There does not seem to be anyone here, but there was a disturbance.
My name is Esmond, and this is well, Clove. You want to introduce yourself, or should I?
Hi. I definitely didn't do this. Like, no way.
We, uh, just to give you a brief uh, image of this. Now, I've got like the big hat on, ears kind of poking out the top of the hat, like a stub of a cigar in my mouth, not lit, but just stub of a cigar in my mouth. I've got like a long like duster coat, but I've got like a vest underneath it. But like all these buttons look like they had to have been magically enhanced because the gut behind them is just kind of pushing them to what limit fabric could
Oh my
go.
god. My name is Daniel Noir, you see.
And I've got the just real real old boots on. But I'm like, yeah, no, this is we're just heading out this way to uh would you happen to be a bandit?
Nobody answer that.
I'm gonna. My nostrils flare, and I look like I just bulk up and get even larger.
Yeah, so this
I'm
big,
gonna say-
beefy, beefy deer just like gets just a little bit bigger.
Because it's a very simple question, right? You ask the question, he says no, and if he gets really offended, then he's probably not a bandit. But if he says yes and he attacks us, then we know he's a bandit, and then we're good.
Okay. Well, yeah, I am clearly taking great offense to this, and then like a couple beats later, I'm going to say I am no bandit. I am called Heart.
Alrighty. And while you guys are interacting, we're going to cut to B. So B, you're out foraging, basically living off the land. You're content in your own life. And you noticed it's starting to get a little late, and you're starting to get a little famished, and you want to prepare what you found. And you're not on the trail at all. You're kind of off in the woods. And you start heading back to your hut. And as you come upon it, make a perception check for me.
Okay. Uh, 7.
Ah. So you're still coming
Hello.
up to that.
Oh, yeah.
You come up to your hut. You've gathered with you. It seems a bunch of different things, including an entire honeybee hive. For just you can't stop thinking about it. You're looking at it with pride, and then you circle around to the front, and you see 3 strangers, or so you think, standing in front of your home, and the door open, and them talking into the darkness.
B's just gonna kind of stop and like just take in everything, and then he's just gonna. What's around me? Is there like another tree or something?
Oh, there are plenty of trees, yes.
Okay, well, he's gonna go to a low-hanging branch in the tree and just sit there and watch everything.
Are you gonna take your basket with you?
Yeah, I'll take my basket.
So you make your way to a perch, quickly and hastily, and you suspect that. Actually, you know what? Give me a. Oh, this is gonna be fun for you.
Yep.
Give me a stealth check in doing so.
Wonder. Oh my god. I got a 3.
Oh, Yes.
It's almost as good as Warren.
So you thought you were pretty sneaky getting up to that tree branch,
I
trying to
am
listen
really
in.
not.
The Quattro at the door. You hear what sounds like clumsy flapping of feathers, and an oh jeez, ah, and you look up and you see above you a magnificent bee, uh, sitting upon a branch, looking at you in a weird way.
That just one thing though. How am I supposed to address a bandit? I just need to know. Oh. Okay. That is something we should deal with now.
Normally, you address a bandit by plunging your weapon through their gut. That's how I do it, anyways.
So,
He's just watching, not doing anything.
B, you seem to have been noticed, and you kind of tell, but you kind of just want to not move to see if they do anything.
I'm not making direct eye, even though I know that the bird is there. I'm not making direct eye contact. I'm maintaining eye contact on the small one in front of me, and I'm just gonna say, "Is that one with you?"
One second. Look up. Do I recognize?
Yes, actually, now that when you turn and look, you recognize immediately who it is. B, you've been out of contact with people for so long. I want you to make an intelligence roll.
Oh God.
God, your cat is so fucking cute. Oh my god.
This is my life.
I got an 8. He is not fucking smart.
You do not know who the fuck that is. And you get very defensive.
Yeah. He's just standing there. Or sitting up there, whatever. He's in the tree. He's just watching.
Yeah, I do kind of know this person, but they not sure they quite remember me. It's been a while. Clover, you remember them?
Somewhat.
Now, the name, as you remember, it's been a while since you've been around, but B, the name from that left Ardwin's beak, starts to come back into your mind. And you realize that this may be their home. However, it doesn't seem that they know what has happened to it. And I'd like you, let me see. Sorry, B, I'd like you to you're starting to get you're starting to panic a little bit.
Okay.
You're not really sure as to why these people are at your home, why one beefy looking like deer is inside your house looking like a bouncer at a club, and why these three other individuals are standing out front. But as you look a little bit more, you start to recognize, wait, you know them.
Okay. Well, B's taking this time to like really like look at them and everything, and it recognizes kind of the ones outside, but doesn't remember like the one in the doorway, right?
Correct. You don't. The one in the doorway is a stranger.
And B has been able to hear what they've been talking about. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Well, B's going to kind of drop whatever they were holding and like flap down and go like kind of spread their wings and get all as big as bee can get, however 4 foot tall redhead bird can be. Feathers
Fear
all
me.
spread apart and go, Bee, no fear, new bee is here.
The party looks at you, slightly taken back for a second, but then immediately are glad to see you again. And I meant to say that your basket came tumbling down, and the hive broke.
Oh no! The precious honey inside! We have to save it! No.
Meanwhile, all this is happening, and you still haven't come to the conclusion. Hey, my house has been broken into.
Yeah, so Bee kind of like intimidatedly kind of marches up to the deer and goes, "You in Bee's house? Why?"
I got my chest puffed out, still indignant from being claimed or being accused of being a bandit. And as this bird marches up to him, I'm going to look down and say, I'm not afraid of you either. But if this is your house, I beg your apology. When I arrived here, the door was kicked open, so I let myself in.
Bee kind of like pops his head in and surveys it all. Does it look different from what Bee is used to?
You sometimes keep a not so I wouldn't say your house is clean usually, but organized no. The disorganization is still there, but it definitely looks as if a couple individuals ransacked or went through the place for valuables.
Does Bee have on Bee's usual equipment or no?
If you're that's up to you. What would you think you'd like to wear if you're just going out foraging?
Okay. Then Bees just kind of scoff and be like, "You touch Bee's house. Bee can tell, but that's okay. Bee stuff's still here." And like goes over to a corner and pulls open some like boards underneath the house and pulls out Bee's normal equipment.
Yes, I am here for the secret storage.
Bandits. Be bandits. Have you seen many around here?
And Bee kind of like tilts his head to the side and goes, "Maybe. Bee's been everywhere. I don't return sometimes. Long time. Yes?"
Fuck, I love this character. So you're getting the feeling that B really hasn't had too much experience with the bandits. This is maybe the first time experience that they've truly had, and it's a personal one.
When I got here, I'm assuming it wasn't that long ago. Did it look like this was relatively recent? Or was this something that happened like a long time ago while B was out doing whatever?
Give me. I'd like a perception check for that one, actually.
Okay. That's a 7.
Okay. So you really can't tell from first looks, You suspect that it may have been within the past day to half day. But what you do notice are somewhat still not dried, basically paw prints on the ground. And the only reason why you can tell that they're not dry is because B had stepped across one and dragged it a little bit. And you can tell there's a little bit of a glimmer showing that the dirt is still a little wet. So that might narrow down the time frame, but you're not sure by how much.
I've stepped to the side to let B into their house, but I've still got my arms crossed and I'm looking angry. I'm gonna say, I agree. This was likely bandits. If you believe they are operating in the area, we should track them down and deal with them before they do this to someone else. As an apology for barging into this bird's house unannounced, I will help you track them down and exterminate them.
That's nice.
I have experience. I've killed many bandits.
Not so nice.
B kind of comes up to you and like looks at you, like really takes a look at you, and goes, maybe B can accept.
So B went and got their equipment. What are you wearing now? Is it like actual, like professional looking armor, I guess, so to speak?
Yes.
Okay.
B is wearing professional, very nice looking chainmail and armor, and seems to have an array of weaponry and whatnot.
Okay. So I kind of look like I soften a little bit, like I'm not so standoffish right now. I'm gonna say, you bird B, you look like you know how to fight.
B kind of like scoffs. Of course B knows how to fight. Be not afraid.
I saw action during the war in the West. Were you there as well?
B kind of takes a moment to think. B's been everywhere. B fought lots of places.
We were all there at one time or another. Mostly, though, more like on the outskirts of things, but we were there.
If you were there, it does not matter if you were on the front or the outskirts. You were brave enough to answer the call. If you'll have me, I would be honored to track down these bandits alongside you.
Wow.
And B kind of like slaps a wing on like Heart's back and goes, "Be not afraid. You not afraid. B likes this one."
Yes.
I just have this completely deadpan frown on my face, but I'll nod.
Oh my god, the perpetual deadpan. So now that you guys kind of like teamed up a little bit, Clove and Esmond and Durf decide to fill you in a little bit more about the bandits and the full treachery of what they've been what they know of has been going on with Meadowfen.
There's been a lot of a lot of supplies have been cut off by bandit attacks, and to make matters worse, bandits aren't our only condition, but we are it's starting again up the scorch, but bandits for now. bandits for now.
The Scorch.
Wait, but Bee killed Scorch.
The Scorch is a far more dangerous problem, but the bandits can be dealt with much more easily. And I'm going to point out the tracks that I have already noticed in case no one else saw them. I'm going to say, see here, they've been here. We can follow these.
And sure enough, you start to follow these tracks, and they do lead further down the road. They start getting a little bit more faint, but you can kind of tell that there's no other place to go. So you continue down the road for about a couple more miles. Some time passes, and it starts to get a little darker out. We're gonna say it's about 6:30 right about now, and the path starts to get a little bit more narrow, and it forks. Now, to the left, you know that it continues on over to the next town. If you were to take that pathway, it would continue over for another 20 miles to the next closest town. But to the right, you don't recognize this path. None of you do. It's almost as if this path has just been made. And you can kind of tell the path to the left looks well traveled, while the path to the right looks brand new and haphazardly put together. Which one would you like to take?
Well, if you're a bandit, you're probably not set up in a town, right?
Depends on what kind of bandit you are. If you're like the mafioso, maybe.
Perhaps.
They could be heading for other homes on the outskirts of town, like Bees. Do we see any more tracks? Not even just bandit tracks, but I mean, obviously, I'm still trying to follow the bandit tracks, but just tracks in general. What do we see heading in either direction?
To the left, you actually see what appears to be basically tracks of a wagon. And you see it come down this way a bit, stop, and then it looks like it turns around and goes down the brand new pathway. So it's almost as if they realized they took a wrong turn, or they were stopped and told to go around. And those are the only discerning tracks that you can see on this roadway.
I have no issues traveling at night. I'm not aware, though, of your limitations. How is your sight?
I also don't know my limitations. Can servants see at night? I don't know.
Let me see. So you're a deer? I would say yes because of all the creepy deer cam pictures I see on the internet. So, I would say they have dark vision.
Okay. I'll just shrug and say I can find my way in the dark. So it looks like this wagon trail went to the left and then turned. Is there anything going to the right at all?
So it looks like it came from the left, came down towards the path that you were walking on, basically as if it was trying to head towards Meadowfen. However, it stopped shortly, and it looks like it was turned around and went down that brand new looking path.
You said that your elder told you that supplies were being stopped from reaching your town. Could this be what we're seeing here?
If it was, yeah. If you're saying it came this way and then it went down this new looking thing,
It's almost as if
Yeah.
It's almost as if it was originally going to come down this way, and then it was turned around in a haphazard way to go down that other pathway, basically.
In the pathway, as you described it, the new left one is like real makeshift. So it's like maybe they made it while they were putting the wagon through it, rather than being any established way. Seems like a good option to check out there.
I agree that we should follow these tracks.
B.
Okay.
Be no afraid. Be shall go down path.
And Clover.
I'll go where you guys go.
Clove,
And
are you still wearing your outfit that you were wearing to paint?
No, I think I would have got changed before I went to the elder.
Okay, because I just thought of something where you're in your painting garb, you're just covered in
I'm
different
just
like
in a
colors.
smock.
Yeah, like you're in a.
I have all these colors.
It's like, are you a bandit? And you just look down. No.
Yes,
Yeah.
clearly.
Alrighty, so you're deciding to take the path that looks somewhat new. Excellent. So, at first, it looks like it's trying to be a well-established path, a brand new, maybe like a shortcut to somewhere. But immediately it turns into just a grass-covered, almost like a walking path. And you still can see a faint, the lines of the wagon wheels. But you're noticing that there's a couple of bits of chipped wood left behind, as it looks like they're trying to drive it, and it hit some rocks that were sticking up, and may have chipped either the wheels or the carriage itself. At this point, you're continuing to walk, and it's nightfall. And you go a little bit. How are you doing with who's going to be where in the line? You can walk 3 people at a time, side by side. What you can tell. But
B shall be somewhere near the front.
Yeah, I'll
since
definitely
B
be
is
up in the
not
front, too.
afraid.
Okay, excellent.
Also, I don't know if B can see at night, so
You are a raptor. When I went into your character sheet, it said you could.
okay, wonderful. Then B can.
Okay.
If not, B was gonna fake he could.
I mean, hey, if you want to fake that you can, go for it.
no. If I can actually see, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think you have. It's not dark vision. It's the one that's like a step above it. I think.
Oh, the one.
But I do know that you have tremor sense, so that's something.
No,
No?
wrong character.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. Clove has tremor sense. Yeah.
I think Durf does as well.
Yes. Yep. Because he likes to dig in the ground and hide. So you continue to walk. And I'd like you guys to make a perception check. The ones in the front.
Okay.
I just perceive Hart in front of me because he's much too tall.
Woohoo! 21.
Oh.
Got an 18.
So I'm assuming everyone but Derek rolled a high number.
Oh, you said in the front. I was just saying I
Yeah.
didn't roll at all. If you'd like, I'll roll.
Oh, wait, you weren't in the front? Okay, wait. Clove, you were in the front, right? No, okay, so then it was Durf, B, and Hart in the front, and Clove and Esmond kind of just stayed in the back.
Kind of in
okay.
the back.
You all 3 of you actually in the front notice that there's this wagon wheel, a lone wagon wheel, and it's just laying up against a jutting out rock. It almost looks as if it was placed. And it's very peculiar because there's no cart with it. And you look around, you don't immediately see a cart. Now, Clove and Esmond, can you make a perception check for me?
I am starting out in great fashion. That's a 1 to a 4. Like I said, all I perceive is Hart standing in front of me. In fact, I just walked directly into the back of Hart.
You're so perplexed by his muscular beauty and eloquent horns that you just are so mesmerized by it that you just walk right into him.
I got a 12.
Clove,
Again.
you realize that you should stop before you walk into anyone, and you notice that the rest of the party's kind of looking at this wheel, and you hear them say, "Well, where's the wagon?" And you start looking around, and in the deeper bush, you kind of see what looks to be paint, and it doesn't really. It's an unnatural color that doesn't actually match with the trees around it.
Can I? Does my perception check include smell as well? Can I smell any blood in this area?
Yes, you can. Well, yeah, it does include smell. You kind of sniff around, and you get the faint smell of. Uh, it's not recent, but you can definitely smell that there is or was or has been blood here. In this
So,
area.
do I smell like decaying body?
I'm gonna give that to you because yes, you are a raptor. You do smell decaying body, and it actually kind of reeks.
Woohoo! Bones for B.
Bones and honeycombs, hell yeah. Do you want to follow that scent?
B is going to kind of like indicate to the rest of the group and be like, B smells dead bodies.
And
Rotting dead bodies.
Ooh. And Clove, after seeing that odd thing just doesn't match up, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna like creep a little bit closer and like see if there's like more paint than just like the one spot.
So you get a little closer, and as you're walking, you trip on a small rock. This whole pathway is just horrid. But you catch yourself, and as you do, you bump into uh, this what you thought was actually brush, and turns out it's solid. Uh, you move your hand a little bit to expose the side of the carriage, and you can see it says Harner Brothers Trading Goods.
I'm gonna like knock on the carriage to like make sure it's like actually wood because I'm kind of like confused.
Just kidding, it's a fever dream. You wake up, it's not real.
Damn it.
You knock on the wood, and it's basically sounds like a normal carriage, hollow on the inside, which is strange to you because this kind of hollowness you've never heard before.
I found where the wheel goes.
Are the rest of you going to go over and see?
What direction relative to the wagon is B indicating that they smell the corpse?
Yeah, B would like to know that too.
B, you're noticing that it's actually coming from the same area that Clove had just gone over to. And by Clove moving the brush, you notice a difference in smell. You notice almost like it tapers, it comes in and out. But but it's still there, very strong.
You found dead bodies. Rotting dead bodies, yes? B thinks so.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna step towards the wagon and say to the smaller ones, I'm gonna like push them aside and say, "Stand back. Let us check this out first." And I'd like to investigate this wagon, whether or not they actually stand back.
Okay, so basically you're just gonna push aside anyone that God, excuse me, anyone that you can, and just be like, "Get out of my way! I'm gonna look at this thing."
Not get out of my way, but more like make sure let us make sure this is safe.
Oh, okay. Like, excuse me, Lacey. All right, where would you like to investigate on this wagon? Do you want to do the back? Do you want to investigate the side where Clove is at, or do you want to take a look at the driver's area?
I'd like to take a look at the driver's area.
Okay, so you make a way around the front. Oddly enough, you notice that the parts of the carriage where it attaches to the horses has been broken off, and it looks almost as if it maybe have been done from the rocks. But there is enough there to steer it, just not reattached to a horse. You do notice a couple of arrows sticking out of the front. And I'd like you to make an investigation check as well.
Okay. It's a 12.
You get a little closer, and you notice a faint blood smear, and it looks almost as if something had happened where someone was maybe pierced by an arrow, and the arrow had gone through, and blood had kind of leaked out from the back and gotten on the wagon. But you notice something kind of peculiar. It drags to the left. Do you want to follow that blood?
The blood stain. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna follow it. Yeah. The arrows look like they're banded arrows, like they're cheaply, crudely made or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. There's a mixture of them, and it looks like high quality arrows, but you know that bandits can easily steal munitions from whomever they rob, just to kind of give the slight sense that no, these weren't bandits, but they did a poor job at hiding that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna follow this blood trail.
Okay. Clove. You and B are kind of at the side where you see the sign uh, for the wagon. And B's just going crazy, saying, "Oh, there's dead bodies. Where are the dead bodies? You are near them." Do you want to investigate the cart any further? So you're going to kind of step back a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. B.
B wants to find the dead body.
You are going absolutely nuts. You're like, I need to find this shit. It is driving me bananas.
He needs a snack.
Well, that's unfortunate. For the dead bodies. So you kind of trace the scent, and you go along the side, and weirdly enough, it takes you to the front where Hart is. Hart doesn't notice you immediately, but you start to kind of come up, and you see the blood, and you take a deep whiff of it, and you just follow along that trail with him. Let's see, Esmond, do you want to do anything while they're kind of looking or following this trail? Or do you want to kind of stay on the pathway and just kind of keep an eye out?
I'm gonna everybody else is going, I'm gonna, once everybody's out of like my sight, I'm gonna strike a match. I'm just gonna light the cigar stub that I've had in my mouth, and I'll just stand there with my arms crossed, and I'll just watch. I'm gonna look at this area because everybody else is searching around. I want to make sure that we're not going to be ambushed by returning bandits, and who's gonna look, at least in my opinion, I'm gonna look not too bothered by bandits if I'm sitting there smoking a cigar, uh, mace handle just kind of sticking out the side of of my coat just in case, and um just just kind of trying to pull a little version of what Hart was doing earlier, standing near the door, but with my own little flair to it. So I
Nice.
will.
I like that. All right, so you're just gonna stay watch. So while they're out of sight, we're gonna go back to Hart and B. Uh, you guys follow the trail of blood, and it weirdly looks like it goes on the ground. Uh, somehow just stayed there, and it's dragged. You can tell that there are the blood disappears, but then you see that there are clear signs of something being dragged. Leaves are pushed out of the way. Dirt is just taken in a straight line. And you come across the back of the carriage. And B, the scent is unbearably strong. You know that you're right on top of it. Hart, you don't smell a single thing. But you do notice that the drag lines stop here at the back, and you can tell that there's a little bit of blood, still dried blood, on the step up for the door.
Does it look like there's a lock, or is it just a door that opens?
It looks like a door, but you don't know if it's locked from the inside, or it looks like basically a carriage door that it does have like a keyhole. But would you like to try it?
I would.
Okay. The door doesn't seem locked. It actually seems to open pretty easily. And when you do, the waft of just this just disgusting stench floods you. And at first you can't see it, but as soon as your eyes adjust a little bit more, you see 3 disembodied Mawpoks in the back left corner, just strewn about. You see clear evidence that bandits have ransacked the carriage and taken pretty much all the supplies within, leaving just a couple of things like uh, maybe a potion here, a dagger there, a couple of apples which are now rotten. But you can definitely tell that these bodies, even though they're disembodied and just rotting to the T, are possibly the traders of this caravan. Or this. I don't know. I don't know if you consider one vehicle a caravan, but
I'm gonna grit my teeth and just say we're too late to help them.
He's gonna step in and examine them, but not really do much other than kind of like go, these town friends, yes? Not bandit. It kind of sounds a little disappointed almost. B has moral code. B no eat town friends.
that's a good B. So you hear, Clove, you hear what's going on, and you said you were stepping away. Are you kind of now trying to get further away from this cart? Or are you going, like, what should I say? You're going over to where Esmond is, or are you more curious now to see what's inside?
No.
No.
So like you had said that there was like paint on the cart, so I'm probably gonna be like just touching the paint and kind of like smearing it around.
Okay, yeah. So you smear it around, and at first you notice it seems that it's just maybe something was splattered on the cart accidentally.
If there's
Um,
blood on my hands, I swear to God.
no, don't worry, you're fine. Uh, but it is a red paint, but it's not blood red. It's more of a lighter red. You can tell it's like a dye of some sort. As you get a little bit further, you notice that it was actually put on there almost like a sign of some sort, almost like I'd actually like you to make a I'd like you to make a history check, actually.
14.
You actually are familiar with the sign. It's something that is not used by artists per se, but it's actually used as an art form for the bandits to kind of mark a uh, almost like a prize. And surprisingly, you actually know that it's this marking is not done. Excuse me. At the time of when a crime is perpetuated, but rather they come back and do this. And this paint is still wet, so you can tell that they were actually here not too long ago.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Esmond and
You're going to relay the information to Esmond?
yeah.
Did you? Okay. And you haven't looked inside?
No.
Okay. Okay. Come near the door, but wait for me. I'm gonna go look inside.
Okay.
I mean, we kind of should know what's going on, and if they're off tracing bones and blood trails, then that let them do that. I just don't. I don't think we should be too far apart. But I understand you don't feel comfortable going in. So
Okay.
let me take a look.
Now, Hart, you see Esmond coming over with Clove kind of close by. Are you going to let them approach, or are you going to warn them?
I will let them approach, but as they get closer, I'm just going to shake my head and say it's not a pretty sight.
I it's part of my job. I used to deliver last last words for the departed. So I am not too bothered, but I need to see for myself what is there.
In that case, there are a few in there that could use some last words.
You come to the door and you see what Hart was talking about. It is a grisly sight. You haven't seen something like this in quite a while, and it makes your stomach turn slightly, but you do get a hold of yourself, and I'm assuming you want to go inside and give them their last rites, correct?
Um,
Or not last rites, sorry, they're like a holy send-off, basically.
well, I would imagine I should go in and see what we're dealing with because this is how you get ghosts when you just leave bodies laying around and don't do anything with them. So I imagine we don't want any ghosts around here. So
A ghost
we
in the forest.
if we can yeah, I'm not happy about it. It's not going to be fun, but let's go in and see what's going on.
All right, so B, you notice that B is like inspecting everything, kind of crooking their head left and right, trying to see what's up. Um, and you see that it looks like they were disemboweled with blades. Um, and their bodies were just strewn in the left hand corner um, of the carriage, just not even stacked on each other. They're just kind of thrown together almost carelessly, um, quickly in an effort to just kind of not concern themselves or the bandits with that. And it seemed that they were more focused on trying to, I guess, get the steal the items and not care about their perfect body placement, basically.
Oh yeah. So I mean, much more of a concern to get the valuables out of the way. The bodies don't mean anything once they've gotten what they're there for. So I understand that. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. So I'll step forward, and these are um
They are
they're
Mapok traders, so they are basically uh, the same race as you,
hmm.
which hits you a little bit harder because uh, your brethren have fallen, and they were absolutely just annihilated. Not wow, that sounds really morbid. Sorry.
No,
Yeah, no,
I
you were the last of the race. I'm sorry.
no, and so like I will step forward, and seeing as they are the map hog, it is more suited for me to give that a prayer to Heth on their behalf and allow them to take off to the great feast awaiting them when when their souls are allowed to rest, rather than be treated like the trash that these bandits will surely suffer for. So, stepping forward, it's is
He kind of turns as you walk in and goes, "These your town friends?" "Yes."
no. I do not know them, but they were traders coming from the town to deliver goods. So they are town friends, I believe. But they are, of my kin. So it is important that I say a few words on their behalf. There's a great feast waiting for them, and if they are not properly allowed entrance, it would be a great dishonor.
"Yes, yes, B understand." B kind of steps to the side, kind of backs out, um, giving space. Um, as he does so, he goes, "B sends prayer to Rhea for safe travels to feast."
Thank you, thank you. And B, I appreciate your restraint um, on these. I understand your dietary um, needs.
"Oh, yes, yes, B
Yes,
don't eat town friend."
yes, and it is greatly appreciated. So, is there anything like there's not really anything in here that I could kind of like cover these bodies with?
No, it looks as if everything has been stripped from the inside. The only things that are just remaining are kind of small things here and there. And you figure that if you want to try and cover them with something that you have or their own clothes, it may not be worth doing until you take care of the threat, as you figure that they might be coming back from what Clove was saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
After I see that he's done with his rights, I'm just standing outside and I'm going to say, the bodies will wait for here for us to return. We should find out if these bandits are in the area before this happens to anyone else.
oh, it's very simple. I do not plan to inter them at this moment. I plan to just say a few things quick, and I turn back to the bodies, and in the celestial tongue, I basically say, "Go home, guys. Grub's on," and I walk out.
Excellent. And right at that moment, you hear a boom coming from further down this god awful path, and you see a bright light, a red light appearing from down there, and it fades quickly after this loud boom, and you hear loud cackling.
I'm going to immediately rush in that direction.
Okay, what's everyone else gonna do?
B will follow. Be not afraid.
I'm. It's one thing, and another, and another, and another, and I just yank my mace out from the side of my jacket, and I just look to make sure Clove is generally coming in, and then I will move at I won't run, but I will move at a determined pace in that direction.
A brisk pace.
All right. So you guys are kind of quickly making your way down the pathway towards the cackling, and as you do so, you hear a boom, and then you see a thing whizzing into the sky. Boom! And it explodes with a green light.
Are these fireworks?
Right, you are. And after that boom, you hear more cackling, but it sounds like it's getting louder. And as you get closer, you start seeing what looks to be kind of the shimmer of a campfire. Now, you approach cautiously, and you start to kind of duck down behind a row of rocks that seems to be blocking the side of the pathway, and basically narrowing it down to only like a single person kind of entryway. And you look over, and you see two hedges in matching outfits cackling, as it seems that these exploding sticks are entertaining them beyond belief. And they're amused by these explosions. It's something that they've never seen before. And they're just cackling away. And you kind of look across the campfire and you see them sitting on a log. But you also notice this poorly put together, it looks like a kind of like a shack. And just as you're looking, the shack door slams open, and out steps this very stern, tall, thin-looking Vulpin. What is going on out here? The hedges stop in their tracks. Their cackling ends, and they look afraid. Nothing, Captain. We would just, And she looks right at them. What? Trying to give away our location? You fucking idiots. I told you to leave these shits back at that carriage. They were not goods that we were to take. They meant nothing. And here you are, fucking having a fire party in the sky like it's nothing. And you notice that she's wearing the same outfit as these two hedges, but it looks cleaner in a way. It looks almost regal in a way. You can gain that she's the captain of these bandits. Right. Now I'm going back to bed. You two, shut the fuck up. and do not make another noise. Or I swear to God, I'm cutting both your tails off. If you even have them. And she walks right back into her shack and slams the door behind her. What would you like to do in this situation?
I am immediately stepping out to where I am visible. Basically presenting myself to these two little, whatever they're called.
The two hedge bandits, basically.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're taking the forward approach. I didn't expect that. Okay.
I'm just going to announce to them, your boss is going to be unhappy because you're going to be screaming real soon.
And as she had walked in, they started giggling a little bit. And when you had started talking, immediately they both looked wide-eyed and scurried to try and get in a defensive position. Like, no! Kill him! Kill him! And they start rushing you.
Yeah, I'm going... Go ahead.
Oh, as he does that, B is gonna step out behind as well and be as big as possible and try and be as intimidating as possible as well. Can I do an intimidation check to see how intimidating I can be behind?
I'd like to help him with that if I can.
I rolled a 22.
Would you also like to try and be an intimidating Heart?
No, I think 22 covers both of us pretty well.
Okay, perfect. They come to a screeching halt as B presents just this big billowing bird at 4 foot something. Proud and tall and absolutely terrifying in the dark with the shadows casted from the fire. They whimper a little bit and kind of step back and start to run away. But they go towards the shack. Help! Help! Oh, Captain! And this is where I want to see what you want to do. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I was gonna use a spell on that.
Okay. Let's.
I can only do one, so it's fine.
No, that's fine.
It's not gonna work out.
I think what we're gonna do now is initiative roll.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let me make sure I write this down. That's a big thing I almost forgot to do. Shit.
Woo! I'm so good, guys. You ready for this?
4?
A motherfucking 3.
Oh, I'm so close. So close on that guess.
Well, I got a 6.
Wow, nice. We have B at a 4. God, yes.
So a 3. I'm at a 3.
B had a 3. I was guessing it was 4, but it was a 3.
Oh, a 3. Okay. All right. Let's see. What do we have from you, Esmond?
I have a 17.
Ooh. Okay. And let's see.
No bonus.
Clove.
10.
10? Okay. And does someone want to roll for Kevin?
Kevin got a 14.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, well... Oops, did we lose someone? Uh-oh.
Soft.
Yeah, Soft is gone.
No! Soft, come back. We love you. So, while we're waiting, Esmond, you are the highest roller. You somehow beat out the running bandits. Wow. Shocker. You're back.
I was pretty upset about seeing my dead kinfolk in the wagon, and then it didn't take a moment for them to kind of admit to doing it without saying it to us. So yeah, I never stopped walking. Basically, I guess that's probably why I got there into that thing. I will make my way. Like, how close can I get to one of them?
They're not too far away from you. I'd say At most, they are about 40 feet away.
Okay, and I've got 30 feet of movement, but then that's only a 5-foot range. Oh, can't do that. They like light shows, and I could have word of radiance them really quick. Not gonna do that. Seems kind of harsh, but I will get. You know what? I will give them essentially what is a small fireworks show. As I keep going, mace in one hand, I will draw out holy symbol for around my neck, and I will call a guiding bolt onto one of them.
Ooh, all right. Let's see. You have to roll for that to hit, correct?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
+5 to hit. So that's a 17 + 5 or a 22 to hit.
God. Okay. Yeah. So, make an attack roll, or not an attack roll. Roll for damage.
That's 10 points of damage on a first level, because I guess it's 4d6 at first level.
Yes. Yeah. No, guiding bolt is no joke.
Mhm.
So
So you were targeting
the
one of the raccoon, or one of the, not raccoons. I'm sorry. One of the
with the hedges, yeah,
Yeah.
near me.
Okay.
So it'll just come out like a big, like a flash of like silvery light, and just smack that hedge in the back or in the front, whatever is kind of facing me at the time.
Alrighty. So this guiding bolt just goes pew out from you and slams right into the back of one of the hedges that are running away. And it is so powerful that it just kind of pushes them ahead and causes them to tumble and just land on their face. Um, the other hedge stops in their tracks and is just kind of bedazzled by the light show that just happened beside him, but also afraid because he just watched his friend uh, almost get obliterated by whatever the fuck that you shot out from your body. All right.
So
Is there anything
if
else you'd like to do?
no, if he's still alive, which I'm taking it he's not.
No, he's still kicking. He's just kind of
Okay.
hurt.
Okay. So just to let somebody else know that any attack made against him until the end of my next turn has advantage. Well, unless it's no, sorry. And the next attack roll made against him has advantage until the end of my turn. So that's all. I'm done. So whoever's next.
All right. We have Durf, who is not here, but we're gonna skip over him. We're gonna go to the raccoon that was just hit. Uh, or not raccoon. I'm sorry, hedge. I gotta change that. Hedge. I don't know why I put raccoon. Hedge. So he's on his face and he's hurting. He's groaning in pain. And he's gonna get up. Uh, basically turn around and pull off the crossbow from his back and fire an arrow straight towards you. He is not happy. He's kind of pissed. And let's see. We're going to do, what is that? Oh, +3. Okay, we're gonna roll a die. Sorry, I don't know why I got confused there for a second. Let's see. Does an 11 hit you?
Me specifically, yes. Right now, I don't have my shield on, so that is my actual AC 11.
Okay. So he fires off a crossbow and it comes right towards you. And it is going to do... What is it here? 1d8 plus 1. Here we go. And you're going to... Oh, well... He ended up firing it right into your toe. So you're going to take
Sounds awful.
2 points of damage from that.
My damn boots.
Fuck! You asshole! You are asshole. Alright, and he's just going to kind of like bring his fists up towards you and just kind of like, ah! And that's pretty much his turn. Clove, you're up.
Uh,
Figure we got to get our little hits in now because Heart's gonna go in there and just turn some of them to paste.
true.
Also, just gonna say, fucking love this Brita filter water bottle. If you guys see me kind of like doing this weird thing, it's so neat. Sorry, Brita, sponsor me,
Hashtag spawn.
please.
Right after Jordan's furniture.
Yeah, Jordan's Furniture, please sponsor me. I don't shop from you, but please sponsor me.
I'm gonna like, I don't know, get my my quarterstaff out and just kind of like stand at the ready, just kind of off to the side.
Okay, you're gonna hold your action, kind of, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
boring. I know.
No, don't say that. It's not. All right, are you holding it for a specific, like something specific to happen, or are you gonna hold it, and use it on like as kind of like a reaction to something happening? That was like
Yeah.
redundant, but
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like let everybody go first and see like if I'm needed after, kind of a thing.
all right. So a heart. Before you even move, you hear rustling in the trees to the right of you. And Clove is also in that area as well. And just as you're about to move, another hedge jumps out of the trees and heads straight for Clove. And it is going to try to attack you, Clove. For, let's see, with a scimitar. A scimitar. Let's see. Wow, I'm really bad at... I should just use real die, but I'm too used to the electronic roller on here. Does a 19 hit? Okay. Hey, I gotta ask, you never know. Alrighty, so, he's gonna come at you, just coming screaming right down from the tree. He's gonna try and hit you with he's gonna hit you with the scimitar. So he's gonna do... Hey, we're gonna do more damage. Damn, he slashes you right through the middle, with 7 damage.
Okay.
So, I'd like you to now, you can use your action if you want to in response to just being surprised.
I'm gonna like try and scurry away, get as far away from that one as I can.
Okay. So you basically want to move. Okay, did you want to try and attack as well, or are you going to just move away?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can smack him with my quarterstaff.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll on that.
Okay. So I have.
You
I'm
basically.
so messed up, and the mobile app is terrible.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. Let
So
me see. You're using your.
it is not efficient at finding.
You said you were using your
Yeah.
quarterstaff, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically with that roll, what you would do is you would add is your staff? Oh, your staff is not actually equipped
What?
according to the equipment here. Hold on.
Shit.
I equipped it. So go right in and just kind of refresh your character.
Okay.
And it should pull up the information. That's probably why you weren't seeing it. I was like, oh, it's
I was
unclicked.
like, where is it?
Yeah. So the quarterstaff, you have a +2 to hit,
Okay.
and it does 1d6 damage.
Okay.
Or
So-
1d8 if you're wielding it in two hands, because it's versatile.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Okay. So I got 21.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit. Roll damage on that. Are you holding it two-hand or?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be 1d8. I don't think it's plus anything. Yeah, it's just 1d8.
6.
6. Somehow you managed to down him immediately from
Okay.
that one hit. You were pissed enough that you just fucking boom took him out. Excellent. Hart, you are up.
Okay. So there's two more hedges that are up. One is grievously wounded. How far are the two hedges from me, and how far is the door of the shack they're heading towards?
So the shack from you to the shack, it's about it looks to be about 70 feet. They're about 50 feet away from you, so they're pretty close to the shack.
Okay.
But they're both stopped in their track. They're not. They're focusing now on you and not the shack.
Right. Um, then I am going to, let's see. I will use my bonus action to rage.
Oh shit!
You okay?
No, I said oh shit to you raging.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I'm a barbarian. I don't know what else you expect.
No, that's fine.
I am then going to walk my 30 feet towards them. And then I'm going to throw a javelin at the injured one.
Excellent. Make that attack roll, sir.
Okay. That is going to be a 7.
The javelin unfortunately misses. It lands right
Actually,
next.
hold on.
Oh.
I get advantage because of the guiding bolt. I almost forgot.
Oh, that's right. Roll your
It's
second roll,
nobody else's
sir.
Yes.
action. In that case, it's a 24.
So it looks as though your javelin was about to go and land right in front of him, and then it somehow straightened out last second and went right into him. Now roll that
And
damage.
That's 9 damage. That's a maximum damage roll.
That's maximum damage.
Yeah.
It goes straight through his head, and it basically just sticks him where he is standing.
Perfect.
The other hedge next to him looks in horror as his buddy, who he was just laughing over boomsticks, is now gone forever.
Good.
A tear. And Hart, is
That's
that
my
all?
turn.
Yeah, is that
Yeah,
all you'd like to do? Okay, excellent.
That's all I can do.
The healthy hedge is shocked but furious. He sees you as a threat, and he tries to
He
close.
should.
Yeah. He runs basically towards you and decides to kind of close the gap a little bit, but then realizes, oh shit, maybe that's not the best thing to do. And so, out of sheer panic, pulls out his crossbow and tries to take a shot at you. And
Okay.
let's see. Does an 11 hit you?
It does not hit me.
So he's just nervously trying to fires off, and it goes pew, right over your head. Nowhere close. He doesn't know what to do. He just kind of drops his crossbow a little bit. We're down to B.
There's one left.
There is one left.
Okay. How far away is it from B?
It is about 30 feet away.
I think B can get close enough. Okay. Then B will run up to the last hedge and swing with his short sword.
Okay, excellent. Make that attack roll.
Cool beans. That's a 12.
You managed to hit, actually. These guys
Okay,
don't really have
wonderful.
don't have a good armor class, so
And then
you do the damage roll on. Do you have your
yeah, no. I was just looking at stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no worries. 9.
9 damage. Okay.
And
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
nah, that'll be it for B.
Okay. So basically, you take a swing at this hedge, and the swing comes in and just slices open a giant cut through his abdomen and down the leg, and he's
B
just
will be cackling as this happens.
he's crying out in pain. He's like ah. And now we're at the top of the order. Esmond, take us home.
Okay, yeah. I will just close the distance and mercifully clunk this one on the head with a mace and see if I can't let its suffering end.
Alrighty, go for it. I'm just gonna give you advantage because you kind of came up and he's at this point not able to fight back. I want to see if you manage to crit.
Yeah, with advantage, the highest roll is a 16.
All right, so I'm not even gonna worry about the damage. You stand there in your glory as a cleric and just bring down. You're holding a mace, right, or a morning star?
Mace, yeah.
You bring down your mace, just straight on his head with the word of forgiveness, and you try to let him go out in some form of just forbearance of his sins, and he's gone. So surrounding you, in this campsite, are 3 dead bodies, and just as you finish fighting, the door is kicked open, and you're like, I thought I told you to shut the hell. What? And the bandit captain comes out and looks upon this battlefield, and that is where we will end for tonight. So, guys, you got a little further than what I had actually fully prepared, so I had to kind of like, because this was actually part of part 2, which I had, and I'm not gonna lie, hell yeah, that was fucking epic. I have to improve the voices a little bit, but oh, we're doing good. I love the interactions that you give. But yeah, no, this is a lot of fun. I'm hoping to.
Did that went good? Yeah.
Oh yeah, how's everyone else feeling about it?
Yeah.
Good.
I think it's a good start, and I think that well, I mean that's what you get though. Next week you'll prepare more, and we'll only get through a quarter of it.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
you know what? Hey, as long as we're having fun here, that's all that matters.
Or we'll go a completely different route you weren't expecting and have nothing prepared for.
Yeah, it's you wake up, it's all fake, nothing's real, and then like the campaign starts over again. Uh, well, this is a lot of fun, guys. But I think it's time to wrap up. Without further ado, I'm Nick. You can find me on Twitter at BlueAura94YT, or on the Carpe Nerdus page. I'm very just not doing anything at the moment. But other than that, catch us next week. We're gonna be back here again with more Humblewood, hopefully with Kevin, and hopefully he'll be here for our Sunday and Monday games as well. But other than that, let me pass it on down to uh, our new soft friend. And soft, just
Yes.
this is a little explanation. At the end of all of our streams, we usually just say who we are, and then we kind of give where people can find us on either Twitter or wherever we want them. So I'll pass that on to you.
I'm Soft. I'll be here as B next week. And you can find me on any social media as Owlbays.
Yes. Excellent, excellent. And let's move it on over to Nzadek.
My name is Derek. You can find me on Twitter at Derk DERK. Awesome now, and I'd like to leave each of these sessions, if you don't mind, with a dad joke courtesy of Osmond. And tonight is, what do you call a man with 6 fingers?
What?
His name.
Oh God. Okay.
I thought it was you killed my father, prepared to die.
Oh shit.
That is a case as well, but yeah. Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. You can find me at KatieBugs just about anywhere on the internet. I don't do a whole lot, but if you want to find me, that's where I is. And I'll pass to Oliver.
I am Oliver, and you can't find me anywhere. I don't have a Twitter or any of that other social media stuff. The only exception is that I can be found in our Discord, the Carpe Nerdus Discord, which the link, they assure me, is somewhere below. And you can not only find me there, but you can find everyone else here as well.
Yes,
so
indeed.
Go there.
And just as a awareness too, our information will be available on the Monday tile on our streaming page. We just have to update that. But other than that, it's time to, as Kevin usually says, shut it down. So have a
Goodbye.
great night, everyone.
Good night.